Good afternoon. Welcome to I Love Shipple Wednesdays. I'm here. I have Martian Bull Shipples. I have Kind Coin, and we are going to talk about all kinds of things. We have a very long list of updates and events and contests and winners and, all the stuff you'd come to expect, and possibly our favorite special guest at some point as well. So hold on to your horses, and I guess we'll get started. And we have the meme queen. Hooray!
Queen in the house.
We're all here. So, first off, Shippletopia opened. And I'm excited. I'm so excited. So, Bull Shipples, tell us what your thoughts on that, because I've heard from everybody else in the community.
Oh, man, it was so fun. It was the culmination of so much work. And not work that I did, really work that the build team did. There was so much just blood, sweat, tears, happiness, joy, creativity that just poured into that. And so to see people getting to experience all of that really love that went into that build, because it was built not for a person or not for a team or a company. It was built for everyone. It was built so that everyone could come in and experience it. And to see both the happiness and the joy on the people, getting to experience it, but then also the build team getting to see others experiencing. It was just priceless. It was just such a beautiful moment. I loved it.
I'm completely with you on that. And Jess, from the perspective of someone who's relatively new to the interface, the Minecraft there, how did you find it?
I thought that was the first time that I've actually been able to see something when it first opened, any of the lands when they first opened. And I thought it was really super easy to use, although it took me a minute to try and figure out how to jump up on it.
Yes.
But then you have this sense of accomplishment right away.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And then just being able to go in and see how colorful and joyful the whole place is. And it really is kind of like a love letter to nerd kind.
Yes. Very much so.
On the roller coasters and things, and you can see, the Millennium Falcon. And I don't want to give away too much, but there's just so much cool stuff and so many little special things that when you explore, you get to see all these different areas. And yeah, I don't get to go in too often, mostly because I'm not a huge. I still have a lot to learn when it comes to Minecraft, but I'm trying to learn so that I can do more.
That's all fantastic. And yeah, there's all I know about what we've seen so far in Shippletopia is that we're not even scratching the surface.
Well, we had an epic time at the rave cave with the nasty hooks. And we were all listening to the music and getting our characters to dance and wearing our silliest outfits. And then I found, the big bounce room, and, it was all over for the rest of the night. I was just, bouncing around. It is interesting, though, when you die in Shippletopia, you wind up in this certain location, which I've actually become very familiar with, and it's an easy way to get back into the world. So sometimes when you're like, where am I? Maybe you should just, transport via, abrupted session. We'll call it. But that was fantastic. Thank you, Marty, for hosting.
Yes, that was a ton of fun. So what was the outcome there? We had a sign that we were supposed to punch for some multi-chain crypto rewards. How did that all end up going?
It was an amazing experience. And the dev team, I just got to give shout outs to the dev team, Tuttle and Dr. Wayne and everybody that worked so hard to make all that fun that we got to experience possible. Really only happens with the genius brains behind the scenes, punching all those zeros and ones. And so again, just thank you for allowing us to really be the first to experiment with some of these cool new things that are coming and being built out and developed for everyone to get to use. And the punch sign experiment there in the Rave Cave was amazing. We had both a sign up where people were able to, put in their info in the sign up form that was based out of our website. And then we also had a punch sign that was functioning, and we were actually able to get the data, and it showed the Minecraft player name. It auto brings in the Wax wallet. It shows location and time of first punch, and we're able to filter it so that everybody that had so much fun punching it 4 million times, awesome. But what it does is it filters to first punch. And so that was a good experiment, because then we learned we can use that for the race. And tonight we're planning to have our first race there in Shippletopia. But with that punch sign, what we've learned is that we can actually, on the blockchain, transparently capture who punches the sign first. And so, if eventually we're having a tournament and we're launching 8 races at a time, you could actually capture on blockchain who got first, who got second, who got third. And having data like that just pushes the tech progression that's possible with these play-to-earn games forward. It's such a huge way. I'm really excited about the future and what's going to be possible with some of this tech.
I'm also excited. And you mentioned the race. So you say tonight.
Right.
Yeah. Because we're all into the advanced planning here in Shipple Land. What time?
Well, I mean, like any good answer, it starts with will be posted in Shipple.io Telegram and then broadcasted to Twitter and Facebook. There's a couple things we need to double check with our master builder, who sadly isn't able to be here with us today. But when we get confirmation from our master builder that everything is ready, our tracks are all functioning, and nobody's going to die unnecessarily accidentally, because there's definitely ways you can die on purpose.
Oh yeah.
And so as soon as we get confirmation that everything's good to go, what we'll do is we'll just post the start time there in our Shipple.io Telegram, push it out to Twitter, push it out to Facebook so everybody can see it. But usually, if our show is 3 p.m. Eastern, what we want to do with these weekly events is find a time that works for the whole world, which is tough to do, but we're in an international community. And so, how do we find that time that the majority of people can come and participate in? And so there may be some experimentation here with some of our weekly event start times, and maybe we end up with, multiple events throughout the day. But for now, I'll say that the goal, if our Shipple show is at 3 p.m. Eastern, the goal would be to have it Wednesday evening, and we'll just post the exact time as soon as we have it.
That sounds good. Well, Wednesday evenings are jam-packed for yours truly. So that's part of my sudden interest in advanced planning.
Right.
Not a normal thing. So, yeah, it's going to be fun, and we should have hopefully a decent crowd. I don't know what Wednesday nights are like. I'm usually in a CK7 meeting, so maybe people are around. Let's find out. If you are available this evening sometime and flexible with your schedule, and you want to take part in the first ever race in Shippletopia, I want you to know that I will gladly give up my seat, gladly, sorrowfully, on the racetrack to someone else. You might have to fight me for it.
The good news is there's lots of seats, and we've actually done an experiment where we've launched multiple racers on each track at the same time. And you're going to see some pretty crazy shenanigans here over the next several weeks as we experiment with what's possible. But let's just say there's always room for at least 10 more.
Perfect. Then yes, it will be a party, and we will have a map and directions up that we'll post as well. We will have people in CK helping you find your way. We will have people in Shippletopia helping you find your way. We will be all over the place. We will be visible. So yeah, feel free to look for us. Next on our list here, I think we hit all the Shippletopia things almost. We had a fun time in the Rave Cave. When's the next Rave Cave event? Do we know?
So, this week, when we have our second event, that's what turns it officially into a weekly event. And the Nasty Hooks, I can't sing their praises loud enough. They're so amazing. We had so much fun with that first show. And what we've heard is that 9:30 Eastern is usually about the best time for them. We ended up having to adjust with Halloween. There was so many events going on. We tried to kind of adapt and adjust to make sure that we weren't conflicting with any other events that were happening. And so we went a little bit later with the first one. But 9:30 p.m. Eastern will be our target time. And then again, we'll, post in our Shipple.io Telegram as far as exact start time. But we'll have multi-chain rewards again. We'll have the punch sign live. We'll have the link to the live show. And so you can both be, watching the live show, hearing the live music, hearing their performance. That's amazing. Be dancing in the rave cave with everyone else also listening to the live show. It's pretty fun. It's a good time. If you weren't there for the first one, the good news is we're going to do that every week, and you'll get to come in and experience and earn multi-chain rewards every week, and get live shows, plural, potentially, spoiler, every week. And we're just going to keep building and expanding that, and you can count on us. We'll just keep running it. Excellent.
So I can look forward to Friday night then.
Yes.
That's good. I've been missing going out on Fridays. Not that I really did much, but, it's the idea that counts. Excellent. And so we have a lot of updates. We had a month end here. We had Halloween, and then a bunch of contests and a big poker tournament and some memes. And oh my goodness, where do we even start? So let's start. Should I share some scoreboards?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just grab that then. Just rearranging my life here so that...
And depending on which one you bring up first, each one is in a slightly different status of update, but they are all updated. So we'll just go through them in whatever order you end up pulling them up. But it is really fun seeing people's names and lights. That scoreboarding part, something that really, I think, helps add some excitement to, all these different things that we do.
Definitely. So I'll start with the club membership here.
Oh, fun. So this one is updated to the month-end snapshot. And this is actually the snapshot and picture of everyone that earns rewards in the month of October. And so if you're curious where you ended up for the month of October, we have left this scoreboard currently at the month-ending snapshot. And we will start updating it here probably in the next week or so, but we'll leave it at the month-end snapshot just so you can see where you ended up with your prizes. And it's pretty exciting. Lots of people got awesome prizes.
Yeah, it is. Have the prizes been given out yet?
The mystery packs are actually still being packed. We're working with Nefty, and we are doing something very unique and new that hasn't been done before. And like with most of those types of things, we're working out the kinks. But with these Shipple mystery packs, when we get them packed just right and people receive them and open them and then open them and then open them and then open them, people are going to have kind of a new experience that hasn't been done before. And so we're pretty excited to be able to present that to the world. It's likely that we'll have those within the next probably 2 weeks. And those will be our primary rewards mechanism going forward. But they're still being packed. They'll be packed definitely before Christmas, hopefully
Excellent.
Before Thanksgiving, so that we can have unpacking for the holidays, if you will. Who are the top 5 on this one, Jen?
Top 5. Well, embarrassingly and delightfully, I'm number 1. So maybe I should share some of those with people, have a contest or something. We have a UFFE4.wham. We have P.TR.wham.
Ooh, I know who that is. Godfather of generosity.
Oh, yeah. I've got a DB.QW.wham.
I wonder who that is.
I have a 3MQQW or QQU rather .wham. And we were going to go for the top 10, right?
Well, so I wanted to mention the high five. One of the things that we thought might be fun at some point would be to actually have the high five winners from some of these monthly contests come on the show. Like, come on and maybe do some live pack openings or that type of thing. But so just something to think about. If you end up in the high five, just know that you could end up called upon at some point to come and join us for the party.
Yes, that would be fun. It would be nice to see some new faces.
Hey, now, what's wrong with it?
Yeah. So we also have here, we have the receipt miners, and who are also getting some Shipple mystery packs.
Ooh, who's that number 1 there?
Happy Winning.
Ooh, that's a fun name.
Yeah.
Like
Number 2, I've got QHIAY.wham. Number 3 is
lucky
me.
number 3.
Got to share the wealth. Number 4, I have PZLQU.wham.
Nice.
And then number 5, I think we've seen before here, 3MQQU.wham.
Nice. Each receiving multiple mystery packs. Very exciting. That's fun.
Packs. Yes, it is. So that's all super exciting. And we have some LP scoreboards here too.
So many scoreboards. Very exciting.
Know. Super exciting. So I have a SHIL LP. And
holy crap. 10 Shipple mystery packs for number 1 on this?
Huh.
Ooh, I know who that is.
Yeah, me too. That's fun.
The Jedi of the Uplift.
Yeah.
Kawimoda. Oh, that's fun.
Yes, it is. There are lots of people
those
here.
prizes are huge.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, we've got who else do we have here? NEYAU.wham. They're on the list. And I have VKYR2.wham. And Joel Wax ACC1.
Ooh, he's one of our Rip Poker regulars. Nice.
Yeah. And I have a YFPAU.wham.
I'm excited to find out who these people are and get them on a live here one of these days.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Absolutely fun.
So many prizes.
That's the Aether SHIL liquidity pool, and that's on
Nice.
the Alcor exchange. So
nice.
That would be a fun one to look for. And we have, let's see. Oh, we can get to the scoreboards this way too. Accidental mouse click. Let's see. Nefty SHIL.
Ooh, this one's exciting because when this liquidity pool is full enough, what Nefty has told us is we'll actually be able to buy NFTs on Nefty with Shipple. How crazy is that? For our next pack drop, we want to do a pack drop in November, and we're thinking about, or we're trying to work toward where we could actually have that pack drop available for purchase in Shipple. How crazy would that be?
That's totally crazy, and I would definitely go all over that.
Cool.
Yeah, I think most of my Shipple is actually tied up in the LPs, which is kind of nice. But
I know who the top 2 on this list are.
Total surprise there. And number 3, I have YWYR2.wham. Number 4 is .KZB2.wham. And then number 5 is VKYR2.wham.
Yeah, awesome.
So,
well, the reason that I am helping fill this pool is specifically for we want to offer our community the opportunity to buy NFTs with Shipple. I think that's just amazing. And so I know the BluDac is amazing, and I'm putting most of my tokens over there. But specifically with this pool and this scoreboard, I'm working hard to do my part to help fill this pool because of what I know it will offer for our community. When we get this pool full enough, Nefty will be able to, as soon as that Shipple Nefty pool is liquid enough, they'll be able to take Shipple as payment, because then it can be easily exchanged back and forth between Nefty and SHIL. So that's kind of the way the mechanism works on these liquidity pools. Is they have a function, they have a purpose. It's not just reward. It's so that each of those tokens can be liquid enough that they can be easily exchanged back and forth. That allows them greater use case.
That's all totally exciting. I just think it's so much fun to go to somewhere like Nefty and have options for what currency I choose to pay in.
So good.
What I happen to have with me. So lastly here, but definitely not least, we have poker. So there was a final table recently.
Yeah, this is actually the updated new month. And so this is starting in November. This is people that are now qualifying for the next final table. I want to give a shout out to you. Why you? You was the winner of our Grand Championship final table. And so you is our Shippletopia Grand Champion, who will end up with his name and lights on a plaque on the giant trophy in the middle of Shippletopia. And he received 10,000 blue. He received 1 million Upliftium donated from Blackbeard Willie. He received a Metaverse land. And actually, every participant in the final table ended up receiving 1,500 blue just for qualifying. And so we also, each of those people had received daily prizes, had received weekly prizes. And so there was lots and lots of prizes going out. But everyone that qualified for that final table ended up getting a nice chunk of blue. And then the winner, it ended up being like $2,000 worth of prizes for the final table winner. So it's kind of fun. Ended up being a big deal.
That is pretty fun. So that's nightly, right?
Yeah, so every night there's at least 2 to 4 games posted in the Shipple Telegram. It's highly competitive now at this point, and so you got to be ready and you got to be quick clicking. I'm going to talk to Edward, our poker overseer, who's been running our games. We may actually start both a sign up and a qualification for those games where people have to accomplish a Shipple mission to be able to qualify to get into the daily games. But for right now, it's just, first come, first serve, click as fast as you can. And when the table fills, a lot of times he just starts another and there's prizes that go out for all of those games.
That's fantastic. And I really like the idea of somehow gamifying the entry requirement, whatever it might be.
They'll always be free to play. It's not gambling where you have to put in money. But if we can ask someone to do a task or accomplish a mission to qualify, I think that works pretty good.
I like that. I think that's fun. Yeah. So I'm just going to stop my screen here because that was all our scoreboards. Now, so poker is ongoing, which is fun. And then we have, you mentioned Shipple Missions. What's going on with the Shipple Missions right now?
So we actually had a very exciting Shipple mission that was specifically for the Rave Cave. There's a bunch of posts up in our Telegram. We may get to those at some point, but I'm curious to hear about the other Shipple missions. I think there were some other like meme missions and things that I saw kind of pop up throughout the week. But yeah, the Rave Cave was the one that I'm aware of that we might, actually see here in a second. But I'm also curious, what were the other missions?
How about memes then?
How about memes? We again this week had not a ton of memes turned in, but what we did have was pretty good quality. And then on the weekend on Halloween, I actually put it out there. Hey, if anybody wants to make a meme for Halloween on Halloween, I will send you something special from my own wallet. And we did have one person take me up on that, so yay. I think Jen is going to pull up some memes for us so we can look at them.
Yes, I absolutely am here. So let's take a look. Let's do it this way. Okay, so we have some Halloween. We saw lots of Halloween pictures and art, but not so much, maybe a few that were actual memes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I loved this one. I got to share a little story about this one because this actually showed up on my front porch.
Okay, that's impressive.
So we have a very good friend who we also call the Shipple Auntie. And she actually created a Shipple pumpkin and surprised us by dropping it off on our front porch. It's probably the coolest Halloween gift I've ever received. So Lori, again, thank you. It was so cool.
Okay.
So cool.
That is extremely cool.
Yeah, not only is it just the shape of it, but you can see like the divots in, like it looks like Mars. It's amazing. And she did turn it into a meme. So this is the person that, I mean, she kind of went above and beyond. This is like in a real life, in the real world meme. It's pretty
really
incredible.
Is. Yeah, I'm impressed. I can't carve a pumpkin like that. Well, okay, I've never tried, but I probably would have a challenge. So there it is.
There it is.
So yeah, good. That's light years above my skill set. I'm very impressed. And there's the meme.
There it is.
Excellent. Love it. And then we had some pictures of
Charlie
costumes.
Posted these. Yeah, we had some cool Halloween costumes. Thanks, Charlie. Shout out to Charlie. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, these are nifty.
Cool. Really fun.
I'm being the do-it-yourselfer that I am. I'm looking at these and I'm picking them apart in my head. How do you do that? How do you do that? What are those? What's it made out of? So anytime I see something nifty, oh, this is almost memesy. I think it is.
Yeah.
I love that our Shipple community is just such a family. It's so cool.
Yes.
Love that.
Uh-huh. That's
I
a
like
thing.
that one. It's fun.
Oh.
That's a good one. Nice.
The best thing about Shipple being alive and well again and getting to still post memes is I get to post all of my memes that I made over the last 3 years.
Yes.
So great. So great.
Is this somebody's actual costume?
I think so. That's pretty fantastic.
The job application.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And we have... Yep. I cannot crochet that well. That's light years above.
That's amazing.
Set. I love it. Huh? Oh, I made feetloaf.
Ooh.
I didn't turn it into a meme. I totally should have, but I made feetloaf for our Halloween dinner.
That's awesome.
Is this yours?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's just meatloaf and with sauce on top, but you decorate it and squish it into the shape of a foot and call it feetloaf.
It is both delectable and disgusting, and I love it.
Yeah, it goes over well. Oh, not feetloaf.
Looks a little like feetloaf.
Ooh, I think we might be coming up on the Rave Cave videos.
Oh, those didn't show. Yeah, let's take a look then.
I think you're one click away.
Well, it clicked out of there for me, so let's see what we have here.
Yeah, if you click into the first one and then scroll through, you should be able to see them. Because there were some really cool Rave Cave videos.
Yeah.
They're significantly higher. They're up.
Oh, they're higher? Oh, they were before the Halloween thing, wasn't
right.
they?
Yeah, you were one click away.
Oh, I started too far. Okay. Let's see here.
Ooh, I saw a meme from our meme queen right there.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, if you click in and keep going, you should be able to cycle all the way through.
Okay, well, let's try this one
There
the
you
other
go.
way. There we are. Okay.
Yay!
What? Snowball fight in the Rave Cave.
Oh yeah, good times.
What I found interesting about these videos were that most of them seemed to be done. Oh, I took a selfie.
That's so awesome.
Most of them seem to be done with somebody's cell phone.
Yeah, I saw that. People were actually video cameraing their game screen. Yeah.
Yeah, so that tells
Very
me
inventive.
that, we need to figure out how to make the videos and do a tutorial on it.
Yes, a video tutorial would be excellent. Oh, that's such a good view. That must be mellow.
That's the inside of the Rave Cave, for anyone who's never been. It's inside Mars. You take the rocket to get to Mars. That's important.
So fun. I have to say, I've been in the Rave Cave a lot, and this event, being able to dance on tables with people and have snowball fights and see people dancing to the live music, it was a pretty cool moment.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yep. Ooh, this is way up high.
There's someone who knows how to do a video on the computer. We need to figure out who this is and get them to teach us.
Yeah, with the anti-gravity, because it is survival and so people can't fly. And so trying to pattern after the anti-gravity from Ready Player One, those water elevators that take you all the way up, and then there's another one that takes you even higher. And then we put, a nice soft bouncy floor so that you could jump off from way up high and then not die and bounce instead. It's pretty fun.
Well, and this is in the pit area behind the race.
Ooh, the race. Oh, it's Baby Yoda.
Oh, and we got some fan art.
Nice. Oh, those are fun. I think that
And
was
some
it.
maps. I think that's it. So,
Thanks for showing those, Jen.
absolutely.
So
So,
you had asked about Shipple missions, and so we actually did a Shipple mission where everyone that took a video and posted it is going to be receiving a large pile of Shipple. And so we're going to go through the stream today and send out prizes. There's quite a few missions. There's memes. There's a bunch of prizes to send out, and I'm very thankful that our amazing meme queen has volunteered to help with some of the prize passing out. So you'll see all of that coming out here soon. But our goal is to make sure that anyone that participates and creates and posts some creativity for all of us to enjoy, we want to make sure that you're rewarded, and not just by the Shipple team. What we had back in the old days, the good old days, was anyone that saw something that they thought was amazing, that they loved, that brightened their day and brought a smile, is we had the opportunity to tip one another in Shipple. And our goal in giving out huge piles of Shipple on a regular basis is to help reinvigorate that, where people see somebody create something that they love that brings a smile to their heart. Send them some Shipple. It's a really cool thing that you can do with magic on both ends of that transaction, where it's fun to give, it's fun to receive, and when you create and then receive a thank you in the form of tangible crypto, it's a really cool moment. It's a really cool thing.
it absolutely is. I love doing things like that. I think it's a lot of fun. So then I think we're on to talking about a new contest. So let's play 20 questions here. What letter does this contest start with?
Well, I think the right answer is the contest starts with KindCoin, because KindCoin has an amazing idea that I thought it would be fun to bring him on and just talk about and brainstorm and see what we could come up with. So
perfect.
I don't know if that's the right answer, but
I like that answer.
First answer is KindCoin.
Yeah, okay.
I'm thinking it starts with a U for uplift, but
okay.
basically the idea is like let's have fun and healthy competition and showcase some of the really cool stuff people are doing. And I think that we have such an amazing group of people who are not just amazing builders, but also incredibly creative, probably doing things that the Minecraft world has never even seen or tried before. And we should be showing this off a bit and finding ways to engage the community and reward the community for those people that are actively building this brave new world. So we had a bunch of ideas and we wrote them down, and many people know that I started the Uplift, Buy, Sell, and SHIL channel. And so, we're always talking in there, and we have a nice community, and people are really excited about the idea that we could have a contest build, and people post their builds, and they're proud of what they've done. And I think this is a great way just to bring everyone together and to get everyone excited about something. So Marty was kind enough and popped in there one day and was like, let's do this, and we can set up some really great rewards for people, and then also do some really, really fun things that are really out of the box. So I actually thought of some really cool ideas. And the first person I talked to was some dude, because of course he's some dude. And some dude and me have had so many adventures in the metaverse, right? He's pretty much like one of the first guys I hooked up with, like way back when Chicken Cough first opened. And we got in all kinds of trouble together and stuff, and little adventures. But before the rules were set, you know. But yeah, me and him brainstormed, and we had some great ideas, and then also listening to what Marty had to say about, you know, what he'd like to see out of it and things like that. So my initial idea was that we would do kind of like just an open category, open contest. Let's see what you've already done, and maybe not even differentiate between creative or survival, because the people in survival have had so much time to make these incredible builds, and they're like as awesome as anything that I see in creative, really. And we recognize that it's a lot more work, and that doesn't, you know, I mean, we'll see how the community feels, and I want to get community feedback, and I want everyone to be involved, and I would love to see the community vote, and maybe have some rounds, and maybe we can kind of narrow it down for them and get them some really good submissions for them to vote on, so we don't have like just millions, of course. And so that's something we can look at as far as like, you know, how you move forward, nominations, things like that, possibly. But then kind of narrowing it down as we go along this contest to actually have some like themed speed builds, you know, where you actually just have like a limited amount of time, and we'll throw in some goose eggs in there and golden eggs, right? So we'll have a little bit of both. We'll make an omelet. And then, you know, I mean, honestly, you know, we'll see where it goes, and we'll see how great the reaction is. But like, I could see this going, you know, all the way to being, you know, kind of like a show where you're like, surprise materials, you get this much time, build this theme, go, right? So, I mean, that's kind of the whole gamut, kind of as far as what I saw. And of course, we'll work out all these details and submissions, prizes, and, you know, registration and things like that will still be worked out.
Oh, that sounds like so much fun. If I want to like enter a build, what kind of a time frame am I looking at? When are we starting?
Right now.
Right now? Yes. Okay, so I'll just put all my information in that Shipple Telegram and hashtag it Shipple Builds.
So the idea of this first build is that people have already started. You might be finished with your build. We're going to give you a certain amount of time to finish your build that you're already started. So, and teams and all that kind of stuff are fine. This is a building contest, so it's not a landowner contest. So, you know, make sure that you were involved in the build, and, you know, you didn't just, of course, no imports, no paid builds, and that's about it.
This all sounds good. So we'll just pay attention and watch for official information to be dropped, and then we'll all jump in like a herd of turtles and get started.
Right. And in the meantime, everyone kind of can have a little heads up to start looking at ways to make your build just friggin' awesome.
I like this. This is going to be a lot of fun. There'll be some stiff competition out there too. I've seen some amazing things.
Yeah. And of course, like, we'll have more focused builds is my thought. But a lot of this was just kind of in response to us wanting to showcase what's already been done and to kind of just get the best of the best out there.
I like that.
You know, and really give us some showcase builds. So this is like a showcase build start, right? Let's just go big, like show us what you got, and we'll find ways to kind of, I guess, make sure that it's a level playing field for everyone.
Yeah, is
kind of my concern. I want everyone to win, and I think that contests are part of the win economy, because it's incentivized, right? And it incentivizes that winning spirit and that sharing, and when people's cup are full, they share even more, right? So
absolutely.
And so let's fill some cups that have been, you know, people have been carefully crafting.
I love this plan. All right, so I'm in. I'll just watch for that information, and then once it's out there, of course, you know me, I'll share it all over the place. And yeah, we can get building and make things, and incentivized building is good because it'll give me something to do, a reason to build, all of that good stuff. So
yeah, and if anyone has ideas, I think it's, cruise it on over to the Shipple channel and like post up your ideas about what you want to see for a build, and then what you think is fair, and is it fair for us to have both categories, in this first contest, or should we break it apart? Should there be a land plot size? Like, okay, you can't have more than one plot for your build to be judged because somebody might have 5 plots put together and something much larger, right? And so, I think, that we always got to be kind of looking out for the little guy, right? And making sure that there's a fair playing field for everyone.
Love that.
And we'll make sure to do that more in the future builds when we're kind of more narrowed down and making specific, and then also different ideas that people might have of what they would like to see, or originally I was like, let's see who has the best castle, right? Or let's see who can make the best boat, or and then we can even go into contests that are like peer versus peer, and we can bring it into Nemesis or whatever, so like I don't, there's a lot of possibilities here.
I love it. I like the idea of having that community input, and we don't have to limit ourselves to any one thing. We can have multiple contests and multiple themes. Holy crap! Speaking of friends with benefits,
surprise!
What?
Spoilers.
I don't know what this friends with benefits means, but I'm in.
Well, so we've got this thing called Shipple that you might have started, and now you started this thing called BluDac, and we're all kind of friends and all involved, and there are some benefits, because if you do the Shipple thing and then do the BluDac thing, and then you get some benefits, so friends with benefits, right?
I feel like there's like a forest of memes from that one idea that will just...
Yes, a forest.
Yeah, because BluDac's going to be
large forest.
4!
Oh, that's so good. I mean,
we just want to couple with everyone.
There's lots of smashing together and then depositing.
Yeah.
The merge.
And a lot of token babies.
A lot of token babies.
It's got weird fast. I appreciate that.
So Corey, what's BluDac?
What's BluDac? So this is like, no one's heard of BluDac before. What's DeFi? Actually, somebody was in the Facebook base count. They're like, "Nah, is my Shipple worth anything?" And I'm like, "Does anyone want to tell them?" Or, and of course, missed the fork. So I just kind of like backed out of that conversation. Figure we'll talk to you when BluDac comes to EOS inevitably, which I really do like. It is inevitable at this point. Like, I don't know if it'll happen soon or in a year or 2 years or whatever, but like it's gonna happen. So that's fun. But yeah, BluDac basically is a way to incentivize the holding of LP tokens, and LP tokens are what you get when you provide liquidity to decentralized exchanges. So a lot of us are used to like the order book kind of markets, where it's like everybody puts in a buy order or a sell order, and it just matches those people together in that kind of DEX, that kind of decentralized exchange. The kind of liquidity pools that we are adding tokens into come in pairs. They're called AMMs, automatic money machines. That's real, and it's apt. And you can put, for example, apropos of nothing, a bunch of Shipple and a bunch of Blue token into a liquidity pair. And then people would be able to trade that back and forth, right? So the deeper the liquidity pool, the more all of us have added equal amounts of Blue and Shipple to allow people to trade, back and forth without affecting the price too much. And nobody was incentivizing anyone really to do that. So we just decided to do it. And this is like a thing that's successful on other chains already, right? Like Pancake Swap and Sushi Swap and just a bunch of other things. Like anybody who heard about the DeFi summer, that's an industry that kind of went from zero to about $85 billion in value in the space of a year. And no matter how many times I yelled at people on Wax to build it, they wouldn't. So we did.
I love it. Yeah. So basically, you're strapping rockets to every token that exists, and taking us all to the moon.
I mean, we have to stop at the moon on our way to Mars. So,
I mean, Shipple goes to Mars.
It's true. Well, that's the thing. Like, yeah, I mean, I guess that's right. Like, Blue is basically, we're trying to get everybody out of low Earth orbit towards the moon where you can refuel, and then Shipple will start tapping rockets to people and send people to Mars and everywhere else that you would want to go in the heavens.
Well, we were talking with Ken the other day about setting up a Ken Shipple token pair, and then that's where the Friends with Benefits originally came from, because it's not just Shipple and Blue, right? Like eventually there's going to be, we can do Shipple and everything else too, right?
Yeah. So when we launch community tools, like right now, the only people that are getting rewards is basically like we're the only ones. Blue token is the only ones providing rewards right now. And our goal in the very short term is to get something called community tools up, where you can basically set up any kind of pool that you want and then fund that pool with whatever you want, right? So Shipple is going to be able to run as many pools as they want and then fund the rewards for that in Shipple or both.
So what I want to know. What I want to know is, what does an LP token look like? I mean, I hear that you smash one thing and you smash another thing, but what does it actually look like?
I've seen some educated guesses, Mr. Leading Question, and I'm very excited to see what happens next.
What?
Infinite regression. Yeah,
I think one of the interesting things about like LPs too is you can reward in like something that actually collects to like earn an NFT. So you don't even have to be putting more liquidity into the market necessarily. You could just be rewarding through NFTs.
Yeah, we're going to be doing that as well.
Yeah, so that's a great way to kind of stabilize and lock.
Yeah, that's just incredible, guys. Those things are really, really cool.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So that's what it looks like? Nice. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, I have yet to see a better representation that would even come close to that.
Take one thing, the other thing, smash it together, end up with something beautiful. So kind of what you're saying. Okay. Got it. So Corey, we've heard a lot about rockets. What the crap is up with this Polygon thing?
We're sending one there.
And then what? So once we get there, what happens?
And then lands, and then all the tokens are like, "Hey, we're all Polygon down, woohoo party!" Yep.
So what will we get to do with our tokens once we get there?
I mean, we're gonna reward a blue Matic pair. Matic is like the wax of the Polygon blockchain. And there's a couple other things that I don't want to talk about till I actually get firm final stuff from them, which I've been working on all day, which is why I'm a little push drunk.
Nice.
But yeah, we're talking to two major dexes and yield farms over there that basically want to list some pairs with some reward pairs, basically having us as guests there. We're going to start creating some relationships and stuff. And yeah, I mean, I think like that's like step one, right? I think what happens once we're over there, I think we're going to make a lot of relationships. We're going to, make a lot of new friends on an alien planet and have a whole lot of fun. And, whatever happens, for at least a month, there will only be 30 million blue over there. Where are we at, by the way? 3.36 million. It's a little over 10%.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm probably going to add 10% myself today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm scraping together every blue that I can get to throw on the rocket, because, I mean, I remember what we saw happen with the first couple days of the reward pools on Wax. Like, it was like 10,000% ROI. Like, it was insane. It was crazy. Mm-hmm. I'm really excited for the first couple days on the next reward pool too.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And this is the thing, like, we're going from an ecosystem and a population where the understanding of DeFi is very, very limited, right? Where having that as part of your portfolio is non-existent effectively, right? We're going to two places, in fact, where it's the entirety of their ecosystem is DeFi. So don't be surprised if when we land with a nuclear explosion, right? Like the kind of things that happened on Wax, there's no guarantee at all that that'll happen on Polygon. It could be 1,000 times faster. It could be way slower, right? Like we literally do not know what's going to happen. We just have some strong suspicions. And I know like ultimately long-term is going to be good, but we really honestly don't know. And I'm excited to find out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm also excited. I'm just flipping through this briefly to not show anybody much of anything, but to just point out this exists if you have questions. You can Google search it because I did, and I know it works. You can find it on the Twitter. BluDac has posted it a few times. ROD has posted it a few times. I've shared it on the Twitter a few times. So go look if you need more information. If you are looking to see how much rocket fuel there is, it's rocket to poly on wax.blocks.io. There's your useful information for the day.
And Corey, I know you have a heart out here in a few minutes, but the other thing I've seen people getting really excited about is the next group of community pools on Wax. It looks like there's something by November 11th, and I've seen people like filling these other pools that aren't on BluDac yet. What's going on with that?
I think you just explained it. Your leading questions are kind of like, boom. So I put a fairly detailed thing into Discord announcements. We actually have a Discord now. You can go take a look at. It's stuff that I've said publicly a few times. I figured I'd just actually get it all kind of on paper in an announcement, so everybody has kind of equal access to it. One change, we were going to have a blocks list this month. It was a previous commitment that Blue made like 3 months ago. And they reminded us of it. And of course, while we move fast and break things, we always slow down and fix things whenever necessary. So, and I had a great interview with CXC, which is where the Blux token is from on this channel recently. Quite an interesting project, frankly. They're way, way ahead of where I thought they were for sure. So, and they've been super patient. We actually, instead of, having them be a 30-day pool or like a prorated 15-day pool or whatever, they said, we're totally fine if we wait. So they're going to wait to launch with this next a group of promo pools. So there's going to be 11, not 10. And I actually told them they're going to get 7 million, not 5, because they were super patient. So yeah, Blux is going to get a fat old rocket strapped to his butt, which is super fun.
Buying Blux now. Well, I mean, that's the crazy thing that we've seen is not only is Wax going up, and I'm pretty sure that's all your fault, but all of these tokens that are in BluDac are also like going crazy.
That's us. Yeah, I mean, some of the bigger ones, it's been interesting watching like TLM, have a reaction to it. Sort of the medium-sized ones, Nefty. I think there's so much liquidity with Nefty. They're actually using Blue to move in and out of it, right? So it's not having that number go up thing, initially, just because they're actually using it as a tool, which is why we did it, right? So it's kind of amazing. So yeah, I think anyone is going to be able to figure out what's probably going to get listed on the 11th. But I don't think anyone should necessarily be sure, because like people are adding way more to Blue pools outside of what we're rewarding than I ever would have thought. Like that is going much, much faster than I anticipated. Anyway, I'm supposed to go into this marketing meeting, so I'll do that. Go do the announcements thing again, like 11 promo pools. There's going to be at least 22, maybe 23 meta pools. And all the OG pairs from this month are going to get their own pools at $1 million instead of $5 million. And there's a bunch of stuff I haven't told anybody yet. Goodbye.
Bye, Corey.
I love spoilers.
Well, me too. And I should actually probably be at that meeting as well. So I've got about probably 30 seconds here to wrap up. What else do we want to touch base on real quick before we go? Look for everything in the Telegram.
Oops, sorry. If anybody has any ideas, I wanted to put it out there for the next meme contest. I wanted to sort of brainstorm it. So if anybody has any ideas they want to put in the chat, in the messages, and we will announce what the next one is later today.
Perfect. I'll be watching for it. I like memes. Excellent. And we'll make the announcement about when the race will be. Look for tonight sometime. And anything else that we need to talk about will be in the Telegram. So if you're not there, there's a link in the description for the video. If you're not there yet, you should be. You're missing out. It's fun. And if you are there, good job. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.